always be Batman. Social summer Saturdays, and today has been very social, but not the kind that you record. More like meetings and talking business, eating giant chocolate chip cookies, which are on point, and coupon codes to take care of a sandwich at going blank on the name. It's a restaurant. I started thinking this morning, you know, what's interesting is the complexity of the Christian faith that requires you to live by faith. There are certain pieces to Christianity that require one to be okay with living in the unknown, with not understanding everything. And it was a really interesting thought process that I had going. And I started thinking about all these Christian apologists and people who try to spend their time teaching, training, and convincing people that Christianity is logical and sound and the only accurate way to think about things. But if you think about this, that's kind of a wrong assumption, isn't it? You have to be fine with the simple mysteries that are unsolvable but that you want to press into, such as the Trinity, such as how eternity works, things that we can't wrap our minds around but are essential doctrines to the Christian faith, but not solvable. In other words, we have to come up with a way that we can somehow say, yeah, we believe this, but they want to spend their time convincing people that's logical. And the more I started thinking about it, the more I started reflecting back onto one of my professor's sayings, that we don't like things like the Trinity or concepts that we can't grasp our minds around, because we're like brains on a stick. And no, that impalement is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is basically the best character or best way to represent it is like Sauron here. Sauron is the eye, the brain on a stick, if you will. He's, well, it's a consciousness on a stick in the form of an eye. I see you. What does he do? He focuses in and he wants to perceive or see everything. And everything is just hunky-dory for him. Wrong. Things aren't hunky-dory for Sauron. But we as humans like things that we can be like a consciousness on a stick, scanning our field of vision and swiping right or swiping left on those things which come before us. And then we hit something like the Trinity, and there's no other comparison. And that creates a problem for us. And some people write off Christianity right off the bat because of it. Other people accept it blindly. Some people accept it, admit that it's a mystery, and still push into it. Imagine this. You're a deaf person walking into a completely pitch black hallway. And along the way, you run into a friend. And your friend can hear and has been in the hallway, the dark hallway, for a while, and is headed back out the way you came in. And your friend knows that you're deaf, starts talking to you using sign language or paper, whatever. And you tell your friend in the conversation that you're headed into the dark hallway all the way because you audibly heard a voice telling you to go that way, and that you believe that that voice is true, and so you're following it. Now, one, if your friend actually knows that you're deaf, they're gonna have a hard time imagining that you are capable of hearing, or let alone down this pitch black hallway, if we will, seeing the exit, knowing that there is something there that is calling you into the mystery, to be okay with it, but to keep pursuing it. Now, when we think of somebody who is an atheist or an agnostic, or just somebody who doesn't know about religion or doesn't care, if we don't think about it, that yes, trying to convince people about the faith, we want to tell people about the faith. We don't have to logically convince them about the faith. The love of Christ and the gospel will do its job. Now, I'm not saying that apologists and people shouldn't keep defending the faith and doing good things. Fine and dandy, people need to do what they need to do. I just want to see people realize that it's not logical. If it were logical, people wouldn't have a dispute about it. So if you think it's logic and you can logically solve the faith, are you really living by faith? Because faith does not have a calculated assumption with a number saying, oh yeah, this does consistently work, and it's a fact. Faith is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. We might die, but even if we do, we trust that God's going to do as well, and He is above all. Thanks for listening to this rant on Social Summer Saturdays. I hope that I have helped you stimulate some sort of thought in your mind, and you can now take to a greater understanding on how you can witness to your friends without coming off as a total moron by claiming something is logical when it is illogical, because there is no other explanation for it but just driving into the unknown and the mystery and being fine with the mystery. It's called faith for a reason. Hey, thanks for watching, and if you like this video, hit that like, tap that subscribe, and I'll see you next time.